We're all familiar with the words Moses spoke to Pharaoh, "Let my people go." God had told Moses to tell those words to Pharaoh, "Let my people go." What we're not familiar with is the complaint that Pharaoh made to Moses in response to his request, "Let my people go." Let's take a look now at the complaint that Pharaoh had for Moses. In Exodus 5 verse 1, we read, "Let my people go." That's what Moses said to Pharaoh. In verses 4 and 5 of Exodus chapter 5, the Bible says, "And the king of Egypt said unto them," them being Moses and Aaron, "Wherefore do ye, Moses and Aaron, let the people from their work? Get you unto your burdens." The Hebrew word for let means to release or to loosen. In other words, Moses and Aaron, when they met with the Israelites in Exodus chapter 4, after Moses returned from the wilderness, they clearly told them, stop working on the Sabbath, even though they were slaves. Verse 5 of Exodus 5, "And Pharaoh said, Behold, the people of the land now are many, and ye make them rest from their burdens." When Moses and Aaron met with the elders of the Israelites in Exodus 4, verse 29, it is obvious one of the instructions Moses and Aaron passed on was that the Israelites should stop working on the Sabbath day. Because of this, Pharaoh complained to Moses, and Pharaoh made their work harder. They would have to find their own straw. What am I trying to say? Slavery. The Israelites could have used slavery as an excuse to continue working on the Sabbath, but Moses clearly introduced Sabbath reform to the enslaved Israelites, and he did that at the request of God. And Pharaoh complained that the Israelites had stopped working or they were resting from their labors, and clearly the rest was on the Sabbath day. The word rest in Exodus 5 verse 5 is first encountered in Genesis 2 verse 2, "And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made." The point I am making is that we must not make excuses for disobeying God. Making excuses that remove us from obedience is a function of the carnal nature. When Adam and Eve sinned, they developed immediately this capacity for making excuses. So when God confronted Adam about his sin, he blamed Eve. When God confronted Eve, she blamed the serpent. We have inherited this negative gift, and over the many, many hundreds of years, it has only gotten stronger. My listening friend, there is no excuse for not obeying God, because obedience must take precedence over life itself. Moses and Aaron instructed the Israelites to not work on the Sabbath, even though they were slaves. And it is obvious that they listened because Pharaoh complained to Moses that the Israelites were resting from their labors. Exodus 5, 4 and 5. What is your excuse for not keeping the Sabbath? You'll upset your spouse. Your friends will laugh at you. Your family will be outraged. You'll be violating the tradition of the family. What is your excuse for not obeying God? My dear friend, God accepts no excuse for disobedience, because faithfulness to God must take precedence over life itself. May the Lord bless you, my dear friend, as you make a decision right now, as I speak to you, to obey God, obey his law, and particularly keep the Sabbath holy. No excuses. May the Lord bless you. Doubly bless your children as you keep the Sabbath holy without excuses, as Jesus died for you without excuses. Happy Sabbath, and God bless you.